AfterBuzz TV, starting place to the likes of WWE female superstars Cathy, Kelley, Sonya, Deville, and Zelina Vega proudly presents Women's Wrestling Weekly, the world's first podcast and YouTube series dedicated exclusively to women's wrestling, featuring all the latest news as well as interviews with top superstars in the industry. And now, AfterBuzz TV's own gorgeous lady of wrestling, TK Trinidad.
Bonjour, you're watching Women's Wrestling Weekly, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. My name is TK Trinidad, aka the Canadian Assassin, and with me I have my lovely co-host, hailing from the Valley, the farmer's daughter. Please welcome Emily May.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
So
How are you?
I'm good. So it looks like you manned the helm at one point.
I did. I took over a little bit.
Took over for a little. How did it feel?
Great.
So, like we do for this show, we always have amazing guests and we do Star of the Week, news, all that good stuff. And Emily had a chance to interview ODB.
Yes.
So how was that interview?
Amazing. She's so incredible. She's so funny. I was just cracking up the whole time.
She seems like a person that, you definitely want to just sit back, talk wrestling, and drink beer.
I just wanted to have a beer with her.
Even though I don't drink beer, but for ODB, I think I might.
I might go over there and enjoy her food truck and drink some beer.
Just show up and say, hey, remember I interviewed you here and drink beer. So definitely check out that interview. I hope you guys enjoy ODB.
And, you've been around for so long in the wrestling industry. You have such an incredible career. And so I would love to know and tell our fans how you got started and why you wanted to be a wrestler.
Oh boy. Well, I grew up in a very good household. We were like the Griswolds. And my brother used to have my older brother used to have all his buddies over, and I used to kick his ass in front of his girlfriends. And we'd always get the pay-per-views, the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and we had the AWA growing up in Minnesota, so we'd go to shows and stuff. I'd make my signs, and I just loved it. And one day they had a thing called Tough Enough on MTV back in 2000. Mm-hmm. And of course I sent in my tape and I got picked. I made it to the top 25, but didn't make it onto the final show. But that's where it all started. And then I came to Minnesota and trained in literally someone's garage and busted my ass. And then, it's been a fun ride.
That's amazing. So what was that moment? Because I'm sure there's moments in a lot of wrestlers' careers when they're debating whether they want to go through with this for the long haul. What was that first moment you had when you were like, you know what, I'm going to do this and keep at it?
Yeah, because after the whole Tough Enough thing, I was like, I want to do this. After stepping foot into a WWF ring at the time, I was like, I think I can do this. But I wasn't I was always ODB. Like my name was always ODB, but ODB was not developed. It took years and years to get that crazy character and to get me out of my shell. I was kind of low key, very laid back kind of person and quiet a little bit. And then I just did the indies, and I look back, and a lot of my rough times actually are my funnest times. I got to meet Tracy Brooks on the road, Velvet Sky, and just Angelina Love and all those girls. We all started together, so it's pretty fun to we slept on people's couches and traveled 18 hours for a hot dog and a handshake. It was those were the funnest days of my life. It was just so fun, and we knew I never gave up. I mean, the tough times, but oh my God, we had so much fun back then. That was so much easier. We didn't have social media, thank God. Oh my God, we all would have been in trouble if we would have had.
Oh man, it's a different time.
Oh Lord, I think I got Polaroid still from our pictures.
It's so funny, the hot dog and a handshake. There's so many promotions that still, it's a little rugged, it's a little rough. So when you were creating this ODB persona, what did you go through to create that? You said it took some time. So what was that process like?
Yeah. When I first started, in the Midwest scene, you got, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Chicago area. And then once I kind of got past that, I moved myself to Nashville, Tennessee, is where TNA originally, at the fairgrounds right in Nashville. And they kind of let me do my thing, but not really. They had the girls in the cages, so they didn't really use women's wrestling back then. And then I went to OVW. That's where the ODB was polished, developed, because Al Snow and Danny Davis were like, who is this? Who is ODB? Show us the dirty bitch. And they let me go. I mean, I just went off, and I had a lot of WWE I never went that route. And they would always come down, like Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Dean Malenko and stuff. They would all come down, and Dean Malenko was not a fan of mine. He just said, like, you're too much. You're way too much. I was like, okay, sir, thank you. And then, but Triple H and Shawn Michaels were like, oh, we love this character. We love it. But it was just the wrong time. I was in the wrong era for, WWE. DX, man, that would have been awesome. I would have been an awesome DXer.
Yes. I mean, you have such like such an over the top character that I think connects with so many people.
Yes.
How do you feel over the years you've connected with your fans, and what have fans said to you about how and what it means when they see you in the ring?
I think it's so cool, especially working with TNA back in the day. Like, we did so many awesome meet and greets and meeting the fans. Like, they were all about meeting the fans, and I did it a lot. And it was just so cool to see, like, these little girls go, bam! I'm like, oh my God. I was like, oh boy. But their parents loved it. They're like, we loved how you're real. You're not a Barbie doll. You're not a size 5. You're doing your thing. And that's what I loved about my whole wrestling career, is people related to me. And then my wrestling career developed into what I'm doing now, a food truck, So my brand is not just wrestling. It just expanded into my lifestyle, My brand became my lifestyle, basically.
That's amazing. So what do you serve on the food truck?
Oh, a lot of meat. I do. It's a barbecue. It's a barbecue food truck. So it's called ODB's Meet and Greet. So it's literally a meet and greet all the time.
Love it. And it goes with your beer.
Yes, exactly. And I smoke it. I smoke everything. I got a couple of smokers. I got a new food truck coming out. So I got a couple of smokers on there, and I do pulled pork. I smoke bologna, and I do chicken.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go and try it all out.
Smoking bologna, I guess it might be a Minnesota thing. I don't know if you've ever smoked bologna. But
I have not smoked bologna, but I will smoke all the rest of the meats.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah. So you were talking about how you're not a Barbie doll. You don't have like the typical look that we see. What advice do you give young wrestlers that are looking to get into the industry, that about body image and about being yourself, and what have you learned in that area?
I learned, because I was just I was in a good era, thank God, but I was just kind of that in between where they wanted to go down the Barbie doll route, and they were picking girls out of a magazine. But then TNA, they opened up the door for more girls that were all different, because you could legit put us in a ring and you can name it. That's Kong, that's Gail, that's the Beautiful People, that's ODB. You can name us all.
Yeah.
Now they are bringing that back, which I like. Like, people are coming out with tattoos. Not a lot of girls have tattoos, or so now they're bigger girls. I mean, who says like being a size 2 is like, that the image that everyone wants? We're all different, and it's just, I think it's cool that these days the girls, especially with social media, so it's cool that the women are kind of taking over now, and they said you don't have to be a certain way. You can be being yourself is what I think makes you. It's there's only one of you.
Exactly. It's such a powerful message, and to be the best version of yourself.
Yes.
It's such a great message. So you had a recent match against Thunder Rosa with the NWA. So how was that, and how did that come about?
Oh my God, the NWA was freaking badass. I would love to go back and work with all those girls again. Just the atmosphere, the crowd, the fans were great there, and it's very cool just to be in that little studio. I really liked it. And of course, the locker room was awesome, because I've worked with all those girls and guys back in the day, as they say, but we've all been around for a while. And Thunder Rosa, I've never worked with before, so it was fun. Like, I was sore for a little bit after that match, but But it was cool, I'm 41 years old, so it's kind of cool to get back in the ring with these younger girls and still hold my own. But she brought out a different side of me. I wasn't grabbing my boobs or nothing. I was like, you know what? This girl can kick my ass, so I'm going to give her a run for her money, and I think we had a great match in the NWAs. I'm hoping to, possibly do another match with her in the future. You never know. Now she's the champ, so.
I know, she's the champ.
Yeah.
It's incredible. NWA Power is really just has gained fans and momentum, and it's really great to see kind of a different style of wrestling out there. What do you see? So it's February. I guess it's February, and we're slowly getting through 2020. Do you have goals and plans for 2020? Where do you see?
Well, I do. I have a brand new food truck coming out. That's in March. So late March, March 27th in Minnesota. I'm having my grand opening. So you can go on my Twitter and Instagram and all that and find out all the dates for that. But that's what I'm focused on. I'm really just focused on my food truck and expanding my brand even more. Yeah.
That's amazing. It sounds delicious.
And then maybe wrestling here and there, I may be, doing some stuff with OVW again and more Impact stuff. So you never know. My outfit still fits, so I'm still good.
That's amazing. So we're going to do some rapid hot tags real quick.
Oh, boy.
Wrestling rapid hot tags.
So always early or always late?
Early.
Early. All right. Last person you texted?
Oh, no, I don't. Oh, boy. I don't even remember. A Tinder date, maybe?
Yeah. What is the one thing that you love about yourself?
That I'm real.
Awesome. Who's your dream dinner guest?
Oh, dream. Mr. T.
Nice. Favorite ice cream?
Rocky Road.
Rocky Road. That's a good one. Who would play you in a movie?
Oh, boy. Who would play me?
Pink. It's a tough one.
Pink.
Awesome. That's a good one. Celeb you would like to meet?
Celeb I would like to meet. I don't get... God, who would I like to meet? Oh, boy. Well, I guess Mr. T. I never met him before. He was my
Mr.
little
T
crush
and
when
Pink.
Yeah, Mr. T and Pink. That would be an actual good dinner date.
Can you imagine?
Oh, gosh.
And then if you were a crayon, what color would you be?
I was a crayon. Army green.
Army green. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then if you can listen to one album for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I do a Kid Rock album.
Kid Rock. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo! So that's our rapid hot tags. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you guys.
Where can people find you online and hear about this food truck and this beer?
Yeah, you can go on Facebook. I'm under ODB's Meet and Greet on Facebook, and then ODB's Meet and Greet on Twitter and Instagram. And anything else I got? Is that all the social media I think I got covered?
Just follow all of ODB. Just all of it.
Yeah,
all the meat.
ODB. ODB's meat.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the beer. And it was lovely having you on.
Oh, thank you very much. Bam.
Bye. Awesome. Oh my gosh. I love her. So go follow all of her Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of her social media platforms, because you got to track what she's doing. And who knows, she might be on NWA again. She has some Impact stuff coming up. It's 2020. It's all there and ready to happen.
So I just saw on ODB's Twitter account that the food truck is about to be in her possession. So wherever you are, make sure you travel to wherever she is and get some food from her food truck, get some beer, all that good stuff. That was such an amazing interview, Emily. I'm just saying.
I'm going to go get some barbecue. That's what I'm going to do.
Get some barbecue. I mean, I don't eat meat, but I might dabble dabble in it?
You have to for ODB.
There you go. So definitely thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for making us the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Where can everybody find you, Emily?
So you can all find me on all social media platforms at Emily May Heller.
And don't forget to follow Women's Wrestling Weekly on everything at WPW. And also, if you're watching us on YouTube on the AfterBuzz Show, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on iTunes, all that other good stuff, make sure you give us 5 stars because we will not take anything less. Again, thank you guys so much for rocking with us all these years. I believe we're on episode 100 and something. It's been an amazing ride. Don't forget to follow me on everything at TK Trinidad. Till next time, guys. Ciao.
Bye.
From executive producer Kevin Undergaro, producer TK Trinidad, and me, Maria Menounos, we would like to thank you for tuning in to Women's Wrestling Weekly. To help TK, the crew, and women's wrestling in general, we ask that you subscribe, rate, and comment on Women's Wrestling Weekly at Apple Podcasts, and subscribe to our AfterBuzz TV wrestling channel on YouTube for this and other outstanding wrestling content. Buzz you later.